You know, I got to say, I almost lost my mind when I read this, when I heard about this, because this is just one of those type of proposal trades I don't think that even needs to be in the works. Now, of course, there's been talks about the Clippers and the Knicks possibly doing a trade about a month ago or less, and I spoke on that. You can check out that video. But it was in regard to Paul George, and this right here is another proposal set before the Clippers, another extended offer from what I'm hearing from the, people in the Knicks office just talking and trying to see if they can make some headway, with certain things. And this is a situation where if the Clippers allow themselves to fall in situations like this, I think it would be, all for the worst. Now, I don't believe the Clippers are crazy enough to go through with this trade. The trade that we're looking at would be Julius Randle and Evan Fournier for Paul George and Amir Coffey. Now, I know Amir Coffey is definitely going to be one of the names that's going to be added in a package deal if the Clippers ship out anybody in regards to any trades this offseason and even going into next season, when mid-season strikes, when the trade deadline comes, his name would definitely probably be in the forefront with any, trade package or package deal in regarding a trade. So that definitely doesn't surprise me or anything like that. But what does surprise me is the fact that I don't even think that the Clippers should be entertaining anything like this. This report came out, like I said, about a month ago or less, and I spoke on it in regards to Paul George because there was rumblings about the Clippers shopping around Paul George just to see if they were able to get something, for his value and the type of player that he is or that he still currently is. But at this point, like I said, the Clippers really this far, I would say in the offseason, I wouldn't say it's, at the end, but this far in the offseason, I would say the Clippers just need to stick with what they got. Stick with the team you have. Keep the guys you got. They're pretty, solid guys. You got great, superstar power there. You got a Russell Westbrook, who's hungry, a Paul George who's hungry, and a Kawhi who wants to just add on to his legacy by winning another championship. And this whole organization is trying to win their first as a team. And they're about to open up the Intuit Dome arena. So that would be great all in its own if they can win the championship, add a championship to the legacy of Paul George and Russell Westbrook and, add another championship, a third one to Kawhi Leonard, which would definitely put him in even more rarefied air than what he's already in as a player overall, totality-wise, throughout his career. So, I mean, it's a win-win for everybody, you know what I'm saying, if they can do this. But I definitely need to keep the band together the way they have it, because if they haven't made any trades by now, or if there isn't really any trades like actually out there that's really, bold, that stands out the most. Now, of course, the James Harden thing, was talked about on multiple videos. I'm pretty sure you're tired of hearing it, just as much as I'm tired of talking about it, because I don't think it's going to go through at this point, and I think it's pretty much over with for that. But that's the only big, bold type trade possibility the Clippers had going, this offseason that really could have, altered things in the NBA, just in regards to, him being added to the Clippers. They'd have like a big four, and then I'm pretty sure everybody would probably say it's going to be them and the Phoenix Suns, or would have said it would be, the Clippers versus the Suns in the conference finals to see who goes to the championship. So, but the James Harden thing didn't happen, at least not so far. So we leave that up in the air. But I don't really see the need of trading Paul George, especially, for Julius Randle and Evan Fournier. I mean, first of all, this is just a waste of time for the Clippers. There's no need to entertain this. There's no need to talk about it. There's no need to even go forward with this at all, because the Clippers have, adding Evan Fournier, he's a good shooter. Don't get me wrong. Julius Randle averaged like 24, 25, and 10, I think. I think this year or last year, I think he averaged something like that one of these years, where he got that big $117 million contract he got from the Knicks, because the problem with the Knicks is, they try to make Julius Randle the guy, and he's not the guy. I don't even think he's a number 2 guy. And that's the reason why I said this trade is even more fraud than what it may even look like on paper, because numbers wise, 25 and 10, if you look at Julius Randle's numbers, he put up equivalent numbers to what Paul George puts up himself. But at the same time, he's just not totality the player that Paul George is. I would not take Julius Randle over Paul George. I personally wouldn't. If you would, hey, leave any comments and we'll talk about that. But I mean, I personally wouldn't take Julius Randle over Paul George, not unless we're just trying to build a team and, a youthful team, and we're trying to rebuild or something like that, because, he's younger than Paul George. But other than that, I mean, gameplay wise, big shot ability, all that, he's just not on Paul George's level to me. So I wouldn't even waste time with it. And then on top of that, like I said, Paul George is technically a number 2 guy on the Clippers, because he's number 2 to Kawhi Leonard. But, it's like 1A, 1B, basically. You know what I'm saying? Either way, Julius Randle, as I said, I don't even think he's a good number 2 player on the Clippers. I personally think he would be a better number 3 on their team, simply because, like I said, you really can't count on him in big moments to me. And he's really not like a reliable type, scorer. He can score points. He can score points, here and there, stuff like that. But he's not like a reliable type scorer where, he's a dominant type scorer where he takes over the game and it has that type of effect on it. He's just not that type of player to me. And I just don't really think, like I said, he's worth it. And I think he's basically a number 3. I personally think R.J. Barrett is the number 2 guy on the New York Knicks, even though a lot of people might not be saying it. But what I saw in the playoffs when they played the Miami Heat and when they played Cleveland, I saw R.J. Barrett actually play better to me. In my opinion, R.J. Barrett played better than Julius Randle in a big situation. And we can't sleep on the fact that R.J. Barrett's godfather is Steve Nash. So, I mean, when we think about that, R.J. Barrett in a few years probably is end up going to be much better than Julius Randle is anyway, because he's practicing on his off days with a Hall of Famer, and that's close to him, and he's been doing that most of his life probably. So I mean, that's going to make a difference for RJ. But either way, I just don't even see the proposal for the trade even being any type of match, because to me, Julius Randle is looked at as a number 2 because the Knicks got Jalen Brunson now, but he was the number 1 guy on the Knicks, was the reason why I didn't think they were going anywhere, and reason why they didn't, actually. So I don't really think the trade is even worth that. And then as far as Evan Fournier, I think he's a good shooter, but I mean, the Clippers already got shooters. They got Norman Powell coming off the bench. That's a 20, 25-point man any given night. You put him out there. So, I mean, shooters, they got, Kawhi, PG, they got guys who can knock down shots. They got guys who can shoot. They got guys who can put the ball in the basket. So I don't really think adding Evan Fournier is going to make the Clippers any better. I mean, and then, like I said, it's just a all around bad trade proposal, because, like I said, it'd be the Clippers giving up more and the Knicks giving out less, and the Knicks gaining, whereas the Clippers won't gain anything. They'll just either stay, like right where they are, or maybe hell, they might even regress, without a Paul George, because they don't have an extra person there they're used to his scoring and what he brings. So it really might be just a waste all the way around for this situation. I personally think it's not even worth talking about or going forward with. So the Clippers, keep what you got, keep Paul George, and don't even worry about this. But hey, leave any comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk about it.